Shawnee, welcome back. So I'm getting ready for work at home and I figured I would tell you a story. So I'm going to use my Colored Rain paint base eyeshadow base as an eyeshadow base. This is in the shade Wheat, and just going to throw that on my eyes, especially since I'm running a little behind schedule. But let me tell you what happened. So I've got to get certain repairs done on my house. It's almost like an iPhone. It's like, you know, a year to the date of the past release, it stops working. So a lot of these things are those things that are like, this should last for 10 years. And it's like 9 years and like 59 seconds, it stops working, or it's, you know, it needs repair. So I've had to get estimates for things. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to go in with the McGrath Bronze Seduction palette. I haven't used this one in quite a while. I think a lot of times, many of us go to that shade, but given what I'm putting on, I think I'm going to focus on this matte here. Okay, so the first quote, y'all. Now, it started in December, I think. Yeah, and I had the whatever it was system serviced, and the guy was like, oh, you need a new one. So he connects me with his manager. The manager is pretty much like, you need to get this done tomorrow. And he was like, I can come out and give you an estimate, but here's a ballpark, because I asked for the ballpark. I was like, I can't even afford to get in that ballpark. So I was like, listen, sir, I was like really stressed, you know, holidays, clients are struggling. I was like, if it's not gonna fall apart, if my house is gonna stay up and not fall apart tomorrow, then let's just go ahead and wait until the beginning of next year and we can talk about it. So he said, okay. So I think it was sometime this month I called and he was like, okay, I can come out and give an estimate. Can I come tomorrow? I'm like, bet, come on. So, you know, they give you like a window of time between like today and next week as to when they'll arrive. And so he gets here and he initially like texted or called me and was like, I'm 7 minutes away. No, it was 13. I'm 13 minutes away. Like, I appreciate the like to the minute how far away you are, but okay. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get ready. Don't know. Usually this shade is pretty light. Not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and with that one. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go in with this one. Okay, so he gets here and I just have on a t-shirt and some yoga pants. Real casual, you know, no, that's it. That's all I have on. And as soon as I open the door, I'm like, okay, he's giving me that look where it's like, right? And I'm not tripping. I'm over here trying to usher Rosé into the bathroom, and then we go downstairs for me to show him the, whatchamacallit. So we go in. I'm showing him and I'm like, okay, it's down here. And I get there and I'm turning around like, go ahead in. And he's like holding out his hand. And I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, nice to meet you. Here we go. So he looks at the thing and I'm asking questions. I've got a little notebook. I'm taking notes. And, you know, he's starting to be flirty. And I'm like, I ain't fooling with you right now. Like, let me know how much this is. So he's like, can we go upstairs and I can show you the catalog? So I'm like, cool. So we go upstairs and he sits like real close to me on the couch. And I'm just like, listen, tell me the fees. So he's going back and forth telling me all these things. And I'm like taking notes. I'm like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what did he say? It's $13,599. And you can get financing from our company. And I'm like, that's like $13,594 too much. So he's talking and like, oh, you get 1,000 off and, you know, all this stuff. And I always ask, is there a nice person like credit or a nice person discount? And he's like, oh, I'll give you one. And I'm like, okay. So he's going on and on. And I think I had told him before that it was like super expensive and I don't have money like that. I don't know nobody in my life who has money like that. And so he was like, oh yeah, because you talked about like you just graduated, right? And I'm like, no, I graduated a long time ago. Because I had mentioned student loans. So he was like, yeah, you mentioned those loans. And I was like, oh, no, I'm a psychologist. I already had, like, the loans been due for about 20 years now. And so he was like, oh, you're a psychologist. That's so impressive. I'm like, thank you. You know, I'm trying to keep it real chill. And the thing is, like, many of you might know this, being a woman and having someone in your house like that going ahead and giving you estimates and stuff, like, it can be uncomfortable. So I always tell someone, this person is coming to look at this, or I have somebody on the phone, or I try to have someone here, especially a boo thing. The boo thing is on this mission trip for some, it's a long story. Anyway, so we're just gonna go with that. He's just being real flirty, right? He's like, do you have any kids? I'm like, no. I don't know how this has to do with anything that's related to getting this heat pump system. And he was like, well, how do you feel about dating someone with kids? I'm like, fine. And he's just going on and on. And I think I asked something real foolish. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm such a nerd. And he's like, no, it's cute. So he's just looking at me. I think I said in the previous video, like I'm gravy. And he just want to sap me up with a home style biscuit. And going on and on and on. And he was like, something about taking me out. Like, he said that several times. And I was like, oh, I'm in a very happy, healthy relationship. And he was like, of course you are. Oh, this was right before Valentine's Day. And he was like, is he taking you out for Valentine's Day? I'm like, I don't know. Valentine's Day doesn't really matter to me that much. I was like, I prefer being told every day that someone cares about me. It's not just this one day. And he's like, yeah, but he should still take you out. And he's like, maybe we can like watch a movie together. Maybe I can come over and we can watch a movie. And I was like, how about no? I was like, no, I don't think that's a very good idea. But thank you so much for this quote. I'm going to go ahead and think about it. Blah, blah, blah. So home dude leaves finally. Okay. And you know, I didn't want to get too, I don't know, like, you just have to be careful because you know those instances where you turn someone down and then they like go insane, which is what happened. So a couple days later, I contacted him, which I said I would. I was like, I'll contact you on Monday. A couple days later, I'm like, hi, thank you so much for your help, but I'm going to go ahead with a different company because I was able to get a different estimate, and that works a little bit better for me. Child, I must have told him that I don't know what I told him. I must have told him the Easter Bunny ain't real or something because he got so upset. Oh my God. Like, first of all, I had gotten 2 other estimates. One from this other young guy who was looking at me real spicy as well. And then I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, I'm so cute. This is my experience, okay? And then another from this older Trinidadian guy who I was like, yes, you from Trinidad? Okay, I'm gonna go with you. Anyway, both of them said that they gave me quotes that were $4,000 less than this man. $4,000. And even the Trini guy was like, and I told him that, and the Trini guy was like, yeah, you are a woman, they're gonna try to take advantage of you. I was like, thank you, I know. So I'm just like, I didn't tell first dude, Mark, I didn't tell him the fee or the, whatchamacallit that I got, the estimate, I was just like, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the information you gave me. It was really helpful. And I just found, something that is more feasible for me. Ain't none of it feasible, okay? But I feel like I could find a certain amount more than a certain amount. So when I tell you this man, because he had messaged me, I think he text messaged me that morning saying, hope all is well, is looking forward to hearing from you, whatever. Not in any sort of womp kind of way. But when I told him, he came back with this two long messages. The first one seemed like his feelings were hurt that I was going with a different company. But then I'm like, okay, whatever. The second, he sent another one. I'm like, I thought we was done. This was a long message. And first of all, I can't take you seriously if you don't use no kind of punctuation or capitalization of letters, okay? But he went on and on about, he was like, this is surprising and disappointing. We're the #1 company in the U.S. and I was just trying to help you. I gave you a good deal. And I hope that you are getting the same deal from someone else with a warranty and a tax credit and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, I thought this was a no-brainer. You're a nice person and I was trying to help you. But if you need anything, just hit me up. I saw that and I was like, are we breaking up? Like, what? First of all, that was so unprofessional. Now, initially, first thing, I'm like, oh shoot, like, oops. But no. Then I was like, wait 1/2 a minute. No, he didn't come at me like this. No, he didn't. I just said that I'm going with somebody else. Like, this is my decision. Unless you about to pay $12,599 doll hairs for me to get this thing fixed, then I don't know what your problem is. So, I was at yoga. I was telling people about it, because we just share all of our information at yoga. And this one lady was like, yeah, don't even respond. And I was like, I think I'm gonna. Because I agree that you don't have to respond to everything, but I felt the need to tell this man about himself. So I eventually sent him a message and I was like, first of all, I had to take a moment to decide what I wanted to say because that message was very surprising. And I was like, I am making a decision that works for me, and whatever consequences there are, that's for me to deal with. And I was like, your message was condescending, demeaning, and a little misogynistic. Again, thanks. That was it. I wanted to say so much more, but it was too much. I had to edit the thing a couple times because I was going too far. But I'm just sitting here like, he would not have done that to a man. I'm 100% sure. He would not have done that to a man. So I called G and I called my brother, because I'm like, dude, like this dude just did this. And I'm telling G, like, this why I want you to be here when stuff is happening, because they be trying you, especially if you a woman trying to get something fixed. Like, you don't have no sense. Like, you can't make a decision to go with something that's thousands of dollars less than the other one. So he confirmed even more. He confirmed even more that I'm not going to use their services, because I don't know who he thought I was, but I feel like he was reacting to me being like, I don't want to go out with you, which is probably something you shouldn't be asking one of your customers. That's like, send me an old man. Like, not that the old men are any better, but I got quotes from the older Trini guy, and then he gave me a referral for someone else, another Trini guy, to fix something else. And I told another young dude, hi, I'm going to go with this person. Oh, well, I guess you're probably going to go with, the person that your dad referred you to. And it's not my dad. I was just like, I just said it was my dad, but it was this Trini guy. But I'm just like, the nerve, and this is not the first time I've had an experience like that. I was telling my therapist, and he was like, why didn't you say this is unprofessional or whatever. And I was like, because I'm a woman alone in my house, like right now. So I'm just saying all of that to say this ish really does happen. Like, it's still happening. Like, this is not the first time something like that has happened to me either, where some maintenance man comes in and tries to bully me around or date me and gets upset when I say no. Anyways, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Let me know if you've had any similar experiences, because I would love to be validated in my feelings. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.